All right, so today we're going to be talking about Aerodrome Finance. This is a project I've been going on about for a while now. I shared you guys a chart on one of my videos a few months back, outlined here, and you can see very clearly, there's a clear resistance box, a clear support box, and I was essentially saying anytime Arrow gets into this red box, you should be stacking Arrow. Obviously, not financial advice, but had you have listened to me, you'd be up in some really nice profits now because Aerodrome has officially left the station. And I believe many other altcoins will leave the station as well, but this is obviously one of the first ones to do so. And you can see that we're actually, well above that red box now that I outlined. And this chart to me looks really, really good. We use this box as support, as I said in the video. We've then pumped out of the box, and you can see we formed kind of like a double top here. But you can see we're already testing these levels to try and get above it and break out even further and then head for $1, which would be the next target. It had a really nice correction as well down to the golden pocket, and now we're back in an upward trend. Aerodrome looks really, really good, and there's some reasons as to why it's pumping. So in this video, I'm going to go through all of that, tell you my updated price targets, tell you where I think this project can go in the bull run. So if that sounds interesting, please make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we'll get straight into the video. Now, obviously, if you were in my VIP group, you would have been getting multiple buy alerts on Aerodrome, some in the 30-cent region, some in the 40-cent region, some in the 50-cent region, but you would be up massively on your money had you been in the VIP group, not only on Aerodrome, but also on other projects which bounced up really quick in the past few weeks. Another example would have been Virtuals, which we were buying in the 50-cent region as well. That one went on to do a 4 or a 5x in just a few weeks. So check out the group if you want to see exactly what I'm buying, when I'm buying, and join a 24/7 active Discord community. So Aerodrome to me has one of the cleanest charts in the market, right? It's literally got super clearly outlined support and resistance, and this whole range in the middle, I think, is our breathing room for us to get to the next level. And I truly believe this bull run, Aerodrome will easily be able to get back to these highs and potentially surpass it, aiming for a target of over $3 on Aerodrome in this bull run. Okay, I think it could easily hit potentially $5.75. Obviously, if Ethereum has a really good run. A lot of this depends on how fast Ethereum pumps, whether Ethereum only goes to 4K, whether it goes to 8K, 6K, 5K, whatever. I think, how high Ethereum goes will largely determine how good Aerodrome does. Because if you don't know, Aerodrome is essentially the main DEX and DeFi hub for Base. And Base is the main layer 2 on Ethereum right now, getting huge amounts of transactional volume. If you go and look at DeFi Llama and you saw all the different chains by 24-hour DEX volume, you can see Base is in the number 4 position, ahead of Sui, ahead of Arbitrum, ahead of Avalanche and Tron and many other layer 1s and layer 2s. So it's positioned very well to have a DeFi project on it, get to really high market cap levels. So I'm extremely bullish on Aerodrome personally, and the news that came out recently is even more bullish. Okay, they came out saying that essentially the DEX is going to be integrated in Coinbase so that users of Coinbase can essentially use Aerodrome to, trade and swap all sorts of different assets on Base. I think that's extremely bullish because it brings not only a whole load of projects that wouldn't be on Coinbase to Coinbase users, but it also directly integrates Aerodrome, and this is only going to lead to more and more usage, more and more adoption, and obviously more people speculating and buying token. So, we're still kind of in the beginning phases of the bull run for Arrow, but I do believe it has now left the station. How long this journey is going to last, I don't necessarily know, but I can tell you it has now officially left the station and it is in a full-blown uptrend. And, give yourself a pat on the back if you were buying this project when I was, because we're going to just sit back, let it ride, and let everyone pump our bags, essentially. So, yeah, I mean, my updated targets, $3 to $5, I think is very reasonable. That might not sound like a crazy ROI. You know, we're talking maybe like a 4 to a 7x, something like that. But obviously, if you are buying it down in this red box, you're going to be making a ton more money than someone who's buying it now because your average entry price is way, way lower, right? Basically, a half of the current price we're at right now. You know, all the stats for base right now are looking really good. If we go and look at active addresses, base actually has the number 2 position here, 2.6 million base addresses, just behind Solana, higher than Tron, higher than Bitcoin, higher than Ethereum. I mean, that is pretty impressive on the front of base to have that many active addresses, right? People are actually using these addresses and they're interacting with the chain. In terms of protocols, base is number 5, you know, just behind the likes of Ethereum, Arbitrum, and BNB. But overall, Base has a very, very strong position in terms of all the different chains. And I've said it many times. If Base had their own token, it would probably be a top 5 coin. It would probably be a top 5 crypto, somewhere around the market cap of something like BNB, I reckon, in terms of market cap valuation, right? Somewhere maybe between BNB and Tron. It probably have like a 50, 60, 70 billion market cap for the token, but it doesn't have a token. So what's the best way to speculate on the chain? It's to buy the DeFi hub, okay, which is Aerodrome, where the DEX is and where all the DeFi activity is going to go on. And I have noticed AI agents have been skyrocketing lately. And if you go and take a look at some of these AI agents, like let's just pick a few random ones. So Virtuals, what chain's that one on? Oh, it's on Base. Okay, let's take a look at another one. AIXBT. Let's take a look at that one, see what chain that one's on. Oh, Base, right? You can see the Base logo really big there. Take a look at some others. Hey Anon. Let's take a look at this. This one might not be on Base. We'll have to see. It's on Ethereum. And look, it's on Base as well. So these AI agents are largely building on Base. And I'm pretty bullish on AI agents and AI in general as a narrative this bull run. And the more and more that this grows, the more people are going to be using Aerodrome to buy these agents, the more the Arrow token is going to go up. So that's my thesis on Arrow. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And most importantly, make sure to check out that VIP group linked in the description. You would have got access to Aerodrome at very cheap prices. You would have also bought Virtuals, which I just mentioned, at very cheap prices. I was sending out buy alerts on Virtuals all the way down here. If I just pull up the chart, we'll get an even better perspective of, you know, how cheap it was when I was stacking Virtuals. I mean, look at that, right? All the way down there in the depths of hell, I was buying, and we skyrocketed all the way up to over $2.50. So if we just measure that in terms of ROI and see how much that would have been 384%. So like a 4.8x on your money in just a few weeks of basically following the buy alert and then selling whatever you want, right? You also get access to a Discord group that never sleeps. This group is active every single second of the day. There's people talking in the chats. There's voice chats as well, pretty much every day. Like I was in the voice chat yesterday for a good 3 or 4 hours talking about the markets, talking about the economy. I mean, it was a really, really valuable voice chat for you guys to be in. So if you're not in this group, you're missing out. I strongly recommend you check it out and join. So that wraps up today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.